When something on earth grips your heart in a way that it is gripping your heart above God, the voice of God has no place in you.
Hey my loves, welcome back to another chit chat vlog. Last week we talked about stillness, and just like I said, it's something I've become more intentional about practicing. And in the process of practicing it, it dawned on me that I was living in an answered prayer. No, it's not a house, a car, husband, child, or any other thing that we usually would ask God for. The answered prayer is that I prayed for God's will concerning a matter. When I blotted out that prayer, I was like, whoa, girl. It's going. It made me remember the times I was asking God something. I said, God, help me to pray that your will be done in my life, because it was something I actually found very hard to do. There were certain things I was trusting God for like the longest time, and it was beginning to look like a broken record. Like, why is this thing taking so much time? Why am I repeating these prayer points? Why am I carrying this over from last year's prayer journal to next year's prayer journal? So I literally had God tell me, surrender your heart, surrender your desires to me. Let them not become idols. When I finally yielded and submitted my desires to God, I realized how much I had desired this thing that it was very hard to pray, let your will be done. I repented from that. Despite how hard it was, I began to pray the wordings of a certain hymn. Oh, teach me from my heart to say, thy will be done. Guys, this is, yes, I'm not sure video does justice. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed to even film. This will be a picture. How can I make video? Looking sharp. Hey, baby.
What you desire can influence you if you don't surrender it before God. There was a time that, my family was harassing me about marriage, right? And I was like, you know what? I started to desire it. And there was this guy who I was talking to, and the Lord had shown me, Stephanie, this would be a disaster. Run. There were many things he showed me concerning this individual that it was all bad. But then, because the desire was louder than my submission and surrender to God, I started to create my own words. I said, well, Lord, that is why I must pray for him. And then you use the Bible. You say, God, there is nothing impossible for you. You change the hearts of men. Foolishness.
I think there are moles and there are moles. Before now, while reading the Bible and there is a warning against idols, I would always picture like a graven image, like a sculpture or something that people get to bow down to. But I've come to understand that there are cases where the desires of our hearts can become idols. An idol is simply anything that you give more priority. If it's food is your idol. If it's money is your idol. If it's a man, relationship, love, whatever, it's an idol. If it's a woman, relationship, love, marriage, it's also an idol. It could be your child or children, your phone, your car, your house, anything. I'm passionate by nature, so as a result of this, when I get to love, I love fiercely. Because of this, I named myself a hopeless romantic. So one day, I was listening to a YouTube live video from one of my favorite preachers. She said something that caught my attention. If you idolize love, marriage, relationship, man, woman, that you will get rewarded with a narcissistic person. And actually sat down to think about that, and I noticed the trend in my own life. I'm not even going to lie. And I had to repent. I said, God, forgive me for ever being that kind of girl, for ever making relationship my idol, or a man or love my idol. And at that point, I stopped calling myself a hopeless romantic. I love love, I love relationship, I love marriage, but now it doesn't amount to me being a hopeless romantic. When you make assertions like mine, it's just as if a situation will come to test if you've actually resolved to do that. And mine did come. Like, somebody I really like, he sure doesn't know I like him. Someone I really like chatted me up, and he was like, oh, can I call? I was like, are you asking? In my head, sha. I was like, yes. So in between me waiting for him to call and him calling, typically the emotions began to surge. I was already beginning to think of so many things, daydreaming and stuff like that. Immediately I remembered, I said, Kate, no idols. I had to call myself back to order. And before you know it, all those emotions that were raging everywhere calmed down by force. Despite the fact that I prayed to God to give me my own spouse and beloved children, I also really pray that despite how much I'm going to love my husband and my children, that I never get to that point where I would love them more than I love God, or I would prioritize them more than I prioritize God. So I pray that in as much as I desire them, let my desire for Him, the Lord my God, trump every other desire in my heart. Go back. Catch him.
Oh God, I keep myself away. I keep myself away. So you say I surrender. I surrender all to you. Everything I give to you. I'm withholding nothing. Withholding nothing. You know, the true definition of our worship is who we respond to. So worship does not end in a service like this. Worship walks right into how you respond to your everyday life. Jesus said you can't serve two masters. That's why he said, in the same breath in Matthew chapter 6, he said, set your treasure on things above, not on earthly things. He said, for where the treasure of a man is, there his heart also is. Listen, God is not deceived. What you esteem the highest in your heart is what you worship. That's why the first commandment was, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and thou shalt love the Lord with all your heart. He said, I'm the Lord your God. You will have no other God beside me. You don't mix God. You desire him alone. It was in Colossians chapter 3 that Paul said, set your affection. It means if the affection is your own, you can set it. He said, because you love righteousness and you hate wickedness, therefore the Lord your God has anointed you and set you above your fellows with the oil of gladness. We want to declare that we desire nothing else. No one else.
I desire nothing else, no one else but you, Lord. I desire nothing else, no one else but you.
So right now I've learned to submit my desires to God, to look for ways to serve him, to please him, and most especially spend time with family, friends, loved ones, because these are great blessings. You know, if you focus so much on the things that you are expecting, you lose sight of the things you already have. So I'm just doing the direct opposites, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, give me the vibes, give me the ginger, give me the vibes, give me the ginger, give me the vibe, give me the ginger, give me the vibe, give me the ginger. Ide body, ide body, ide body, ide body, ide body, ide body, ide body. Body. Give me that vibes, talk to me now. 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 team out by me now, K team out by me now, 12.5 out by me now, K team out by me now. Give me that vibes, talk to me now. Give me that vibes, talk to me now. Give me that vibes, talk to me now. Ladies and gentlemen, Hey, buddy. Hey,
Mommy, hi, mommy. Hey, give me the vibe. Talk to me. Okay. Gentlemen. Gay. Stop it. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. That nigga. Go play. Don't play. Don't play. Gege. Gege.